I'll be covering two topics in this final video of the series. I'll show you how to save time by reusing board information between projects and what to do when one of the PCBs in your project is only there to help with testing. Starting with the first one, if you've got a common board that's used in several products, such as a processor or memory card, you don't want to be doing all the device categorization every time you use it in a new project. So let me demonstrate how to use the Add Existing button. It's there at the bottom of the board screen. Clicking it opens a dialog box in which you can browse to the board you want to add. It's looking for an XJE file, but let me give you a tip that'll help you find the right one, because as you can see, a project can have a lot of XJE files. It's the board level file you need, which holds information such as the device assignments and the location of the netlist. You can normally identify it from its file name, which is usually prefixed by the word board. In this example, the board is called memory card. So select the file called board-memorycard.xje. One thing to note is that this process doesn't import the schematic or BOM or any ICT information because they're stored in a different file, so you'll need to add those separately. Just click on the buttons in the same dialog box and navigate to them one by one. Now there are a few things you need to be careful about. First, be aware that XJ Developer doesn't copy the file, but instead just adds a reference to it. That means that if you make any changes to it from this project, like for instance modifying some device categorizations, you'll also be changing the original project, so be careful. The second thing worth mentioning is that a board file can only be used once in each project. So if you've got a project that uses more than one of a particular board, you'll need to make copies of the board file manually for the extra ones and give them new names. The other topic I wanted to share with you in this video was what to do if one of the boards in your design is only there to help with testing. For example, when it comes to extending fault coverage to fully check the connectors, it can be useful to put a PCB in the jig that has a mating connector and a JTAG device. When the boards are joined together, you'll then be able to fully test the connector's solder joints. In XJTAG terminology, the board in the jig is referred to as a test fixture board. If you've got a PCB like that in your design, it's worth telling XJ Developer that's what it is. Then, when XJ Runner performs the tests, the operator will be given the option not to be shown error messages about nets inside the jig. That's helpful when the board being tested has a fault on the interconnection between the PCBs because the results will be clearer. To designate a board in that way, tick the box in either the Add Board dialog box or on the board screen. That's this series on entering board data complete. Hopefully, they've helped you to import a netlist, BOM and schematic, and to identify any unfitted devices, as well as now to share data between projects and to be able to use test fixture boards. Thank you for watching this video. If you found it helpful, please subscribe for more and leave a like or a comment below.